I'm about to hit a leg workout, but before I do, I'm just gonna get some food in me. I don't like to usually work out before not having anything to eat. I just don't feel as strong during my workouts, and I usually get hungry by the end of them, or even like in the middle of my workouts. So I'm just gonna have one packet of oatmeal. I'm gonna take some pre-workout, and then we're gonna get to it. Alright guys, so before this leg workout, I wanted to show you guys what I did for stretching. I didn't show that in my previous videos, but I do usually do stretching, especially before leg days, just to kind of make sure I'm loose and I have full range of motion, and that I'm not going to injure or strain anything. So the first one I was doing was just to stretch out my hip adductors. And then here I'm also doing just a quad stretch for both legs. I'm just trying to basically target every major muscle group in the leg and the different joints, just so I can kind of get a full stretch of my legs. And like I said, just to prevent injury. Once I do the static stretching, I kind of move on to a little bit of dynamic stretching, just swinging my legs back and forth. So like I said before, just to get a full range of motion and get blood flowing in my legs, and just to get myself ready for the workout as a whole. And then the last stretch I do is just stretching out my hamstrings. It's just another major stretch that I try to do as often as I can. So yeah, guys, I didn't film this whole leg day, but I did film some of the major movements that I did. So I did start off with doing squats like I usually do. I've been going light. I don't know if you guys have seen that or not, but I have been going pretty light on especially squatting, but leg days in general. I've been having some tendonitis issues in my one knee, but that's why I've been going lighter. But that being said, I've been really trying to focus on form. But you can actually see a couple times that my toes will shoot up when I come up from squatting, just because I'm really trying to focus on sitting back and not having my knees go over my toes, so I'm not putting a lot of pressure on my knees. But yeah, so I did 3 sets of 10, I believe, of these, with a 45 on each side. Next, I moved on to doing squats with elevated heels, so I just use a plate for this. This exercise is really good for targeting your quads. It's just a different variation of doing squats that I like to incorporate. Not every session, but I try to incorporate it every so often, just like I said, just so I can target my quads and to mix it up a little bit. I did go lighter for this one. These tend to be a little bit more challenging for me. But yeah, this is an exercise that I really enjoy doing. I don't do them too often, but yeah, so that's those. Next, I moved on to doing leg press, which you guys will see in a second. The leg press is an exercise that I do for legs on a very regular basis. My machine, actually, you can do leg press and you can also do hack squats as well, but I'm doing leg press here. So same thing for this. I didn't go crazy heavy. I stuck to 2 45-pound plates. For these, I like going heavier than a lot of the other exercises that I do for legs, just because I feel like I can move more weight and it's not as crazy as doing squats, so you can do more weight without worrying about losing or compromising form too much. But yeah, guys, that's my leg workout. Enjoy the rest of the video. Alright, what's going on, guys? Right now I'm on my way to the grocery store. I'm going to pick up some food for the week before it starts, but there are certain foods that I try to get when I go to the grocery store, in terms of like what foods I like to eat for getting my protein in and my carbs in and all that stuff. So I'm going to show you guys what foods I get, and yeah, we'll go from there. Okay, so I'm not going to show you everything I picked up, but I'm going to show you some of the basic foods that I usually tend to get when I go shopping. So let's get into it. So one thing I always try to keep stocked at my house is a good source of protein from meat. So I usually like to keep a lot of chicken breasts here. I also get lean ground turkey So this is 94% lean and 6% fat, but I usually try to get something like this in terms of meat always with me, just so I can always have meals on the go. I tend not to eat 3 meals throughout the day, but I tend to kind of eat throughout the day. So having all that with me at once is good because I can kind of make meals pretty much when I want. The next thing I always try to keep with me is hash browns, frozen hash browns. This is one of my favorite foods just because it's a very good source of carbs and calories. There's not much else in these except potatoes, so they're pretty clean. But I usually have these for breakfast almost every morning just so I can get a full meal in before the day starts and try to reach my calorie goals. But yeah, they're pretty healthy. There's not much else in it. I think they add like a little bit of sodium or something like that, but most of it is just potatoes, so it's pretty clean. Next thing I always try to keep with me is frozen fruit. I don't just get blueberries, but I have a bunch of different types of frozen fruit, but I always try to keep these just because it's very convenient for me. I like making smoothies a lot with fruit. I actually don't like most fruits if they're not in smoothies, which I know is weird, but I always like having smoothies throughout the day. They're just easy and convenient, so I always try to keep fruit with me. I don't always get a chance to eat fruit when I'm not at my house, so I do try to get that in while I'm here, or I can also take it while I'm on the go too. So yeah, fruit's always something I try to keep in my house. Alright guys, another huge one for me is oatmeal. This is something I also have for breakfast almost every morning. It's just a good way to get calories in. There's a lot of different types of oatmeal you can get. You can get instant oatmeal, you can get oatmeal just in the tubs that are probably a little bit cleaner. But I tend to just get the instant oatmeal just because it's quicker. But yeah, like I said, this is just a food that I eat for most breakfasts, just because it's a pretty good source of calories and carbs. I mean, there's some sugar in here too, but there's also some protein too. So I always try to keep oatmeal with me, just because I love the taste of it, and like I said, it's a good form to get calories. The next thing is rice, particularly brown rice. This is actually instant rice, but I always try to keep this with me at all times at my house. It's a very clean source of carbs. So I eat this mostly for lunch and sometimes dinner I usually mix it with steak or chicken or some source of protein. But especially if you're trying to bulk, rice is a good source of carbs and calories to intake. It's a very easy way to get in calories. I like the taste of rice. It's very easy for me to eat, so I tend to lean towards eating rice a lot when I'm trying to gain weight and eat a lot of calories. So yeah, that's that. Another big one for breakfast for me is the Kodiak pancake mix. This is a huge one for me since I love pancakes. This company is a little bit more healthy if you haven't heard of it before. So they basically make pancakes with more protein in them than other companies that make pancake mix. So they're a little bit healthier. They have 14 grams of protein. All you have to do is add milk or water. But yeah, I have these for breakfast a lot. It's a very convenient way to get in what I need if I'm running short on time or if I don't feel like making something. They're very fast and convenient, so I always try to have these as a backup just in case I want to go that route for breakfast. And lastly, one of the staple foods that I try to keep in the house is protein bars. I go back and forth a lot with what company or what type of protein bars I like. I like a lot of different brands, but I always try to keep at least one box with me. Like I said, it's a convenient thing. When I'm on the run and I don't have time to make breakfast, it's just something that's very easy that I can take with me, and also get in my protein and carbs, just so I'm not hungry throughout the day. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much the foods that I always try to have with me. Like I said, I didn't show you my full grocery list or anything, but I try to show you guys some of the big foods that I try to stick to every time I go out and get food. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, but I'm going to move on to the rest of the video, so I hope you guys enjoy. Alright, what's going on, guys? I just finished hitting a back workout and I'm about to hit biceps. But before I do, I wanted to address the title of this video, which is The Secret to Bigger Arms. So basically the secret that I think is the key to get bigger arms is that there is no secret. I don't think there's any one specific workout or one specific supplement or diet that is going to get you the biggest arms possible. That being said, I think there are certain things that can help grow your arms and build muscle, but I think it's a combination of a lot of different things that come into play. I think it depends on how often you're training, how heavy you're training, what exercises you are doing when you're training, how much you're sleeping, what your diet is, how often you can stay consistent with your diet. So it's a lot of different things. But basically what I'm going to do is I'm about to hit arms, and I'm going to take you guys through a workout that I do a lot for building muscle and building size and mass and strength in your arms. So I'm going to take you guys through that workout. I have a couple different ones that I tend to go to, but hopefully you guys can find value in this workout. So sit back and enjoy. Alright guys, so to start off this workout and to start off a lot of the workouts that I do for arms when I'm trying to build mass and size is I like to start off with doing a very fundamental, simple movement where I'm incorporating both of my arms, where I can usually use heavier weight. So for this workout, I decided to start off with doing barbell curls, and I did a pyramid style set sequence. So I started off with 25 pounds on each side of the barbell, and then I added, I believe, 10 pounds and then 5 pounds after that each set, and then I went back down progressively each set as well. So I did 5 sets of these in total. So for these, I tried to go almost to failure. I did about 3 sets of 10 for each set, but I did try to go till I was almost to the point of failure, but not quite to that point. So I picked a weight accordingly based on that. But that being said, I still try to maintain the best form I could as possible. So I don't want to sacrifice form for just going heavy. So I try to find the balance between that. But yeah, curls in general are just kind of a fundamental movement for me in general, not even when I'm just trying to gain mass or size. Barbell curls are just an exercise that I've always tried to incorporate in most of my workouts just because I really like them and I really feel them working. So after that, I moved on to doing bicep curls with dumbbells. So these I really tried to focus on slowing down the movement, and as I bring my hands up, I supinate them and curl them outward. So I'm really working my biceps throughout the full motion. So these are not a type of workout that I start with, just because, I mean, you could start with these, but I just decide to kind of put them towards the middle or the end, just because they're not as strenuous, or they tend to be not as strenuous or hard to do in terms of weight as the barbell curls. So next I moved on to doing preacher curls with the dumbbell over my bench. These are a great one to really isolate the biceps and just target them in a different way as opposed to doing the barbell curls or normal curls. So these kind of force you in a way to have good form, as long as you're not obviously cheating in any way. But these I always try to do as well for days where I'm trying to build muscle. These just, for whatever reason, these just really seem to tear down my muscles or my biceps, and they just seem to really work well. So I like to incorporate these a lot for those days. On normal days for biceps, when I'm doing like a normal workout schedule, I don't do these as much. I just tend to do other workouts. I'm not sure why, to be honest, but like I said, for workouts where I'm trying to really gain mass and size, I like to do these a lot. So for these I did, I believe, 3 sets of 10 for each side. And then to end my workout, I did bicep curls on the cable column. These provide constant tension throughout the whole motion, and I kind of go to failure for these. I did 3 sets, so I always like to end my bicep workouts doing this exercise. But yeah, guys, that is the workout. I hope you guys found value in this and enjoyed the video. If you did, please subscribe and thumbs up the channel. or the video, and I will see you guys in the next one.